The old man, Bechu Prasad, 80 years old, offers prayers to usher in the new year. With his children and grandchildren, he prays to his Hindu gods. Prays to Lakshmi, goddess of fortune. The toil and trouble of the past year are forgotten. It is the night of Diwali, the festival of lights. Lights to banish evil from the home and garden. Lights to welcome prosperity and good fortune in the year ahead. The cycle of life is renewed as the old man passes to his grandchildren the Hindu traditions of his forefathers. Many of his family are scattered across the world. Much has already been lost.
हाँ, यहाँ हम लोग हमारे ऑस्ट्रेलिया से 4 मेहमान आए हैं और टेलीविजन छापा ले रहे हैं वो लोग गाड़ी पर हैं। सेट कोई समय हाँ स्पेशल आए हैं वो लोग 4 रोज से हैं घरे हैं लोग। हाँ अच्छा नमस्ते नमस्ते थैंक यू कॉल फ्रॉम अमेरिका माय डॉटर्स my daughter.
What did she have to say?
They said how is the Diwali is going on, how is the mother. They call from Canada, America, San Francisco.
So many children overseas, eh?
Yeah.
Is your daughter?
That's my daughter, elder daughter, old one. This is the big daughter. Hari's sister.
Where is she?
Is Sacramento.
California.
California, Sacramento, USA. They're calling from there. I'm still independent now today, well happy too, but so many lessons I get from British Empire, especially the cultivation, the land, looking for how they're living, the country, education too, and everything. So. And now as today, we follow the same things, we work hard in the land, work hard for the public, work hard for the nation too, sir. And we're keen to on that way. My father, he came from India, 1902. And this is my brother living in Cuba. That's my wife and my sister. Some government agent in India is looking for the labor to work in the sugarcane fields. Because the Indian people work hard in the cane field. My father came in sailing ships. 3 months he coming in the boat. 3 months is a long way to come in this boat. And my mother also come from India. They married in Fiji. Then I born 1905 in Fiji. And after 5 years, 109, he came to Sambeto, Latoka district. Since that days, father is starting a small hut, I can say small store in the village of Sambeto, and also the cane farming. Cow is important for everybody, but especially the family people is very good. They're milking the cow, benefit for children, benefit for family, drinking, making the ghee, making the curd, and the people in India especially. Fiji is not much, but my father told me in India, if a visitor comes home giving 1 glass milk, they thought I get sovereign. I get a sovereign for him. Some place even couldn't get a glass for drink water, but it's a very valuable milk of the glass. Hey. And also the milk used in our praise the God in a time to have a small drop. अशोक बच्चा छोड़ ला चरी कहाँ बांध दो यहाँ बांध दो उसमें पानी वाला cane only one thing sir cutting season hot time bit hard for the people want to wake up in the morning to start to cut the cane then you can get the good work 4 5 6 7 3-ton cane already cut finished that was before. But now today's young generation, they wake up 7 o'clock. They're not coming and the time, they're not wake up in the morning. That is our problem. Fijians too lazy, I tell you, that's one thing. Because they have too much angonas last night and sleeping, they're not wake up the proper time. All the Indian boys too are just too lazy because they're also not coming proper time.
Yeah.
Cane, the imperial crop, is at the core of the old man's life. Cane created the circumstances of his birth and will sustain him until his death. For Indians in Fiji, prosperity and poverty were always tied to the price of cane. When the old man was growing up, there was only cane. But today, the 30 acres he works have given his children a choice. 4 of the old man's 9 surviving children remain at home and work in the nearby town. The others have scattered to America and Australia. For the 100 years of the Indian presence in Fiji, education has been the passport to these other places, other jobs. Education is to Indians what land is to Fijians, a matter of survival.
Hello. Bye-bye. Going to school.
सुरसुरिया है और कैंडल्स है दिया है और हाँ और लिटिल स्टार्स है कैसन स्टार्स है ट्विंकल ट्विंकल लिटिल स्टार्स ना अच्छा ट्विंकल ट्विंकल लिटिल स्टार्स लाइन को गाना नहीं था तुम लोग बोलो देखी
Bechu Prasad founded the local Indian school in 1928 and remained on the board for 50 years. His foresight in the past now shapes a future for his grandchildren.
I'm always keen on the work, hard work. And the wake up morning, 5 o'clock, I'm milking the cow. But nowadays I'm old age, I left the cow. My son is doing. But I still wake up morning to clean my garden and see my garden. And I'm interested in that, my life. And that's the thing, I come age is 80 now, work. day by day. And when I'm not working a day, I'm not happy. I must work some little bit, then my mind is relaxed and happy to sleep. Our life in Indian life, we keen for the garden, and our duty to garden to look after, get a daily fresh vegetable. We plant more vegetable. We put in the seeds, we get the things. And that's why we say our mother in the ground. One more.
The Latoka mill was built in the year of Bechu Prasad's birth. The old man grew up in its shadow. CSR, the colonial sugar refining company, controlled his life and that of his family, controlled the region and the whole country until a decade ago. Independence has brought with it responsibility, but also dignity to the Indian farming families.
सलाद गुलाब जामुन अच्छा लगे ना? नहीं। जामुन बहुत अच्छा। बिहान और आम तोड़ देना दिन में अच्छा। वो भी हम आते हैं।
वो भी टमाटर।
बहुत बदमाशी करे।
Well, the Fijian, our family customers like that. The man of the head at home is a very big responsibility. He looking everything for family, women, children, girls, and visitor peoples, every one of them, brother, sister, mother. The head of the family, they have a very responsibility for our Indian community. If the Indian community headman is not in the way, I think our family is ruined. He's going here and there. They could not get it. And we can also, the religions, especially the Hindu customers, is a very, very rich Hindu philosophy.
There are a lot of changes now in the way that the Indian people live in Fiji, aren't there? Why?
Indian customers changing the Fiji because this country have a multiracial country. And they're looking for European way, they're looking for Fijian way, they're looking some other Mohammedans way, and they always have the mix. They never care much of his own way. But strictly the religion people, they always very strict. Strict today is very strict. They is own way. They not change policy way. Get a pen, nice pen. Lucky. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Right. How's it going?
Fine.
Fine, eh? Good,
Yeah,
thanks.
Christmas is getting near, eh?
Yeah. Look, your duty is hard. Thank you.
Okay, thanks very much.
That's witness of the summons, you see. Some people want to search the warrant, then I sign the warrant, then he's going to search. Without the justice of the peace sign, they won't go to in the house, anybody's house. They forget the warrant, well, I sign and go.
So he comes?
He came, and after might be he'll come again, take the oath. They already to check it and finish, and also take the oath to justice of the peace. Day and night.
That's your work?
That's my work. कि लोमो बरारा जो है, बरारा के पीपल अभी हमारे पास आए थे कि वो मांगे फिर से एप्लीकेशन करे के वास्ते पानी वाला, वाटर सप्लाई वाला। नहीं, वो क्या बोलते हैं इनका जो कनेक्शन आगे बढ़ेगा 1983 के प्रोजेक्ट में पाइप लगने वाला नहीं, मीटर सप्लाई के बारे में। तो कैसे करें कोई हम लोग ये लोग मांगते रहे कि हम तो ये एडवाइस दिया। Sometimes I read in the book and I found the great people and great reverends, and they told us, if you are educated, you must help of the poor people. Always think the poor people. If there any blind people come and the men have no legs and no anything, you should have some help with those. Whatever help you can do, you do. And this thing I always keeping in my mind. तुम्हारा छापा होता है लड़का लोग
For most of his life, the old man, son of an indentured labourer on colonial plantations, has had no franchise in the country of his birth. Like other Indians, he sought status and prestige through the few avenues permitted by the imperial power.
Since 1932, I am the advisory council member and the district member with the colonial government here. After that, I am chairman of the Lotoka Rural Indian Advisory Council in 25 years.
Don't you get fed up with all this work you have to do?
Well, as far as I think so, I am very young now to do for this job, and I am ready to do. And my mind is not satisfied if I am not doing this work.
Long ago, he chose, or was chosen, to act as a go-between, reconciling the dissatisfactions and aspirations of his people, the poor and the powerless, with the needs and will of empire. With independence, the society is changing, but it is still through Bechu Prasad that a squatter camp of landless Indians and displaced Fijians seek government help for a fresh water supply. The old man is a welcome visitor.
बहुत मेहनती आदमी है, बहुत अच्छा काम करे वाला आदमी नहीं चाल चल बता रहे फुर्त है ना बहुत फुर्त है पकड़ाई ले इसलिए अभी पकड़ाई ले चलेगा यही अभी ना बोले ya sampotan man na muna banwang gore membula ko toro ka dengan iya खुशी की बात है कि हम लोगों के बीच में ऐसे दियो हैं जो कि एनी टाइम डे एंड नाइट का परवाह नहीं हम लोग रात घरे रहने 9 बजे तक
Tell me though, is Mr. Prasad a good chairman of this committee or what?
Well, I know many advisory councillors so far, but I can see he is very dedicated, a very hard-working man, and I appreciate his work, rather. Well, it's not that I'm flattering and talking in front of him, rather. Well, I praise him. He's too old, rather. You can see he's old, but still he's hard-working, helping the community like anything. We appreciate people, like we young people appreciate people of his nature, because he takes the matter very fast, and he tries to help the young generations in the sense, or to any other community in that sense, not only Indian. I can see, as you can see, he also talks with the language, the Fijian language. You can appreciate that, what he does. So I would say that he is a very hardworking and very helpful man.
Ilam Om Viraspati Aditya Dari Kajnesu Dityam Tekram Pajastma Suyandra Dehi Chitram Virtir Devata Yum Nama Yagatyati Sturdamam Puja Gramane Padya Margam Snarang Samarpyami Akchatang Samarpyami Pushpang Samarpyami
Bechu Prasad's wife, Bawagni, is dying of cancer. The old man and the family pray for her. Their generation is the last with links to the colonial system of indentured labour, which brought their people to this unlikely place.
चलो हाँ तो भैया का आगे बैठना हमें छोड़ो
Saklam Vardalang Devang Shivaran Chaturbujan Sajate Nama Raja Hadai Puram.
और आगे थोड़ा है तुम्हारा
हाथ के लबा ओम पवित्रा पवित्रा सर्वतां गते परमाना दिश्रादि पवित्री नमः ठीक है
गीता हां ठीक है गीता
अच्छा ये मेरे ना ओम पवित्र पवित्रा.
The old man's life has been shaped by a dying empire. In the manner of its living, the old man has shaped for his grandchildren his own legacy.
A special ceremony for my wife. I pray Almighty God to give him long life, and as soon as he gets better, to move home and live nicely, peaceful with family. That's a say, sir. And I hope we always believe my God is a favor always to us. We did wrong so many times. Still we did wrong. But the God knows very well. He gave to our my sense to build best relations. Sir. Thank you very much. That's all I say. Thank you. This is the last medal I received. I received NEE, the medal from the Queen, presented to me the Governor House in Suva by Governor General. And I'm uneducated, and I'm still keen on the cane. My father did in the cane, myself going to cane, my son also going on the cane. I'm very pleased to work with farming, and still I'm today 80 years old now, but still I'm carry on to look after to farm well. Well, I'm looking this boy to bright boy, and as far as if he stay, he'll be also the bright boy to work. He remember he's a very good in head. And he very keen to farm. He still is very keen to farm. He with me is going to plow. He's going to bat the horse. He want to look in daily cow. He want to milking. He is a farming boy.
हाँ हमारे नाम पे
तुम्हारे नाम पे
हाँ
प्रीति का नहीं
ना
Sanjay wanted he took his own name.
तब का एक गाड़ी है
2 गाड़ी एक और हमारा खा खेत में तो सरदार बोले एक गाड़ी में सब भर दो
वो गाड़ी में खड़ा है वो गाड़ी हम लोग
सब खड़ा